big is your mansion? Yeah. Fresh out of school, now you working and focus on fashion. Pretty girl and you let go. Got time, but you got goals. Hey, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey, baby, waste your time with me in California. La, 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 la. Yeah, I met her at a 1-0. La, 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 la. Now we at the same house party. La, 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 la. If you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey, baby, waste your time with me in California. Oh shit, you born in the Hamptons, I heard that's expensive. Damn, and you famous on Insta, your pics is a blessing. I think you could be a centerfold. No need for the money though. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la. Yeah, I met her at a 1-0. La 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 la. Now we at the same house party. La 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 la. If you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la. Yeah, I met her at Coachella. La 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 la. Why you acting like you don't remember?
Well, what's up, everyone? Looks like Phoenix Vapor went live 2 minutes before we did.
Yeah,
So,
what a dickhead.
So, we're not expecting a whole ton of people. But the ones that showed up will be in for a treat, I think.
Well, hey, Dane, let me shout him out. Fictitious character, what's up, bud? Braden, what's up, bud? Victoria, what's up, bud?
¿Qué pasa?
Yeah. What's up, bud?
I think we need to make we officially part of the Hammer Bros or Wrench Bros here.
You gotta now everybody'd be a wrench. It'd be like being in a Mountaineer stream.
Considering we've got 8 people here.
Oh, what's up, Angel? What's up, bud?
What's up, Elijah?
Elijah, what's up, bud?
So, what we're going to do tonight is... already fits that, Braden. You're probably behind on the stream, but...
Yeah, Braden, get on our level.
we were gonna just chat for a few minutes, and then we're gonna show you guys those new designs that we've been dropping live on our screens, and we're going to make a few changes to one of my mods, so that we're gonna decide where we're gonna put something because it doesn't fit where we wanted to put it. So we're gonna work in CAD tonight. Won't be a super long show, but we're gonna work in CAD.
We got them CAD files.
So you're actually going to be able to see what we do as we're making mods, and we're making a few final changes. Knits are pretty much done, except for one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like 90% done on one. So. But I just started vacation. Nick, on the other hand, has been on vacation.
Oh.
Yeah, my vacation's about to end. And I feel like the video's laggy.
It is.
Like it's jerky?
Yeah, even Skype is like laggy.
It's a little choppy. Like whenever he was just taking me drink of the soda.
Well, I don't know. We will see.
Oh, we got the AA Rons in here.
What's up, fellas?
Danny Kite Jr. I said it right this time.
We caught it. It doesn't have an N.
I've seen his name 100 times, and I always read it as Knight. Always.
Oh, I think I wrote night on his box whenever I mailed him something.
I've always wrote Knight on his box.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry.
All right. Well, Nick, tell us about the Cicro
Cicro's good.
since you
Like,
got it in.
it's ridiculously good. I didn't have much hopes for it. I wasn't even interested in it, but because you guys talked it up, when I saw Riggins post it for a couple hundred, I was like, yeah, I'll grab that. And I got it here, and I threw a .6 SSVTI in it, threw it on a Mac, and it's glorious. Just glorious. Probably the best vape I've ever had by a lot.
Good to hear, boys. What you vaping on tonight?
Me?
Yep.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, he's just in a blackout room. He's been sheltered in a corner of his house, watching Game of Thrones continuously since like Wednesday.
That is true.
He
That is-
finally
well-
dove in and got past the first episode. Now he's hooked.
Well, it really took like the first season. The first season was rough to get through. And let me say this. I thought Ned was going to be a main character.
Nah.
And I was really bumming because he's like a sniveling bitch the whole time. Like every time he has to do something, he's almost at tears. This is what it looked like to me. And I'm like, oh, this guy is a pussy.
That's 34%
So I was glad when he
more
died.
flavor. Yeah, when he got his head chopped off.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, who wants to see? All right. So we've dropped in this last week. We have dropped designs for a 22 millimeter drop tank, a dual battery DNA 60 squonker, a dual battery mech squonker, and a revised new DNA 75C. Which one do you guys want to see first?
Ned was not a badass. Maybe in his past life, but he was a sniveling little girl in this first season.
I don't know. Ned was kind of in a spot. He was trying to save his family.
What a blessing.
What a blessing. Which one do you guys want to see first?
I want to see better video quality.
It's looking fine on mine.
Is it? Okay. That's fine. If as long as it looks good on your end.
I mean, the only way
Is it
I'm
streaming?
going to be able to change it is to cut the stream and make changes
No,
and go
don't
back
do that.
on.
Don't
So
do that. Is it look all right on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a little choppy-ish, but it's not horrible. Yeah, it's not horrible. I want to see a Bella clone. Oh, we're gonna do them all. We're not just doing one. All right, Nick.
That fucking
Tell,
shoes.
tell me when you're ready to show the 75.
Well, we'll start with the Rapture. I don't give a shit if they want to see the 75 first. I already got the Rapture up.
Wow. This is what I deal with, guys.
You're like Apple.
Yeah, you're like Apple. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck you want. All right, here you go.
We don't have a billet clone yet. It's coming. But what I did do, because it was requested by a couple of the moderators, is I redid the Rapture a little bit. And I shrunk it down. I gave it a big old fat titty wing. And now it's 2650 instead of 21700 because the 2650 is the most underrated battery ever. People should be running that in most every device. Dane is even jumping on board with it. So, we redid it a little bit. So now we got the 2650 in here. I redid the contact plate a little bit. It's going to smash the contact up tight. It'd probably have a couple nubbins to lock it in, but it's still kind of the same. The battery fits in here and it gets caught by that battery plate. But because it's 2650 going into an 18.5 millimeter bottle area, you also got the curvature right here that catch the battery, so the top of the battery won't push into the 510 like the other ones that are kind of like this. Right now, the changes, it'll get the tattoo mark on the final release, and that'll be the only branding this one has. We're using the same reset. Well, it's going to be the reset V2s for now. Put a heftier wing, and I kind of cut it differently. So, I don't know. I like the new style. Kind of creates a partial catch cup down here. And you'll notice that no space was spared. Or all space was spared. I don't know how I would say that. So there's not a huge fillet on the top anymore. I mean, it fits a 24 or 25. I can't remember. Maybe a 25. I think a 25 max. So reduce the overhang. The button is physically the same size other than the extension. So while you can use the old Rapture buttons from like Lakeside Craftsman, it's going to be extendo by about 3 millimeter. Nothing I can do because of how close it is to that wall. Anyway, this is the Rapture Junior. I'm excited about this one, like, a lot. You also notice I clipped the fins significantly, so now it doesn't come down to that sharp point. So that should increase like any strength issues. It has more meat here where the battery in the bottle area was, so it should survive falls and crashes more, be a more durable mod. The original Rapture, if it took a fall, you had a good chance of snapping here and maybe popping a fin off, but I think this one would be much more sturdy. So anyway, Rapture Junior. And then the Frankie Junior looks dope. I agree. Fuckers. Then for the other mech, we haven't done a dual battery parallel since the Nagamaki was introduced when we first kind of went live. And we had always avoided doing one because we thought that Kyle was going to be coming back. But it's pretty obvious now that he doesn't have any interest in offering any mods. So I went ahead and drew one up in the same style as the Rapture. This one, I cut the wings differently again, and I like how they turned out. This is a dual 18 650, so not 2650. It's a dual 18. It accepts a square bottle or octagon or whatever. And then it's got one door on it. So we can pop the door off and we'll pop the batteries out. And I'll pop the 510 out. That's just for measurement's sake. So in here, it's going to have a battery plate or a contact plate similar to the Rapture that will trap the contact and then trap it up to run up to the side of the button. This one I'm trying a little something different on the door. I'm going to try tabs on the top and the bottom, well, the bottom and the top, to see if I can get a no magnet snap fit that'll secure the door. I think I could do a press fit and be fine, but I just wanted a little bit of security. Again, the battery holds have been chopped pretty well. And then the bottom contact plate will hold the battery so it doesn't slide, and you still have the rounds of the cutout for the battery that will hold it from going in. And we're running a big monster button. And this is embossed, embossed. So it actually sticks away from the mod. And then again, I know we could have went bigger, but honestly, I don't know of too many RDAs that are, too many RDAs, period, over 25 millimeter that are worth having. So you can fit a 25 on it comfortably, but that'd be about it. And that's the dual battery squonker. I'm calling it the Mod Bro Cloud competition. All right. Any questions so far? What are you laughing at, Vicky? Well, I think it's all special classes and competitions. All right, and then the 75C. This is the main goal of this one was to make it to where I would actually want to build it because I hated with a passion building the 75C that we released earlier. Hated building it. So when I did this one, the main design goal was to make it as simple as possible to build and to make it smaller. I thought the original 75C was kind of girthy, which, I mean, it kind of has to be to run a 21700 and the DNA board. So what I did with this one is went to a 2650 battery because, again, it's a solid battery. And then we made it easy to build so you can see where the contact to go. Then I have a wire run here. And then if you look inside the mod, I actually have a plate that will slide in that I'll be able to tuck the wiring under here and it won't be exposed, so it won't be ugly. And when we remove that, you can see that I've got a nice big cutout to grab onto that positive battery terminal right in there. So it's a straight shot. There won't be any fishing of wire or anything ridiculous like I had to do on the 75C. I also made it dual squonk window, so it's ambidextrous. You'll be able to squonk from either side. One thing I wasn't able to do was put a panel on this side because of shrinking it down. There's just not enough meat to make a panel here and have structural integrities. So we're going to avoid that secondary panel, which, I mean, to me is fine because most of these will probably be lasered anyway, engraved. And then we switched up the buttons a little bit, going round buttons instead of the square with the chamfers on the sides. I think it's 10. I think I could only fit 10 on it because of the size. I know. Sorry. I tried. All right. I tried. So now we encompass all the sizes. Oh, Dane's talking shit. That's why. All right. So single door. We're gonna try press fit on this. If press fit doesn't work, we'll move over to the tabbed. But we're not doing magnets. No magnets at all. And then you can see the cutout up here. What will happen on the final version, I will actually have the same kind of compartment that slides in to cover the wiring down here. The same thing will happen up here. I'll have a piece that will slide in, wrap around the 510 and cover all the wiring so it's not visible. But what that does, it allows me to make a straight shot. So when I run the contact through here, I can just solder directly onto the contact, and then I can solder directly onto the 510 pin, and the wire goes straight in. That allows me to run the wires long to solder the board and then just tuck them back in. It's going to make it a hell of a lot easier, something that I'll actually want to do. And then for the 510, we're moving away from the Veritube on this one, and we're going to the new Reset 510. It's a pretty fucking good 510. It doesn't use springs. It's self-adjusting, but doesn't use springs. It uses like a gasket system that when you tighten the addy down, not only does it provide the pressure to the addy, but as it compresses, it expands. So it also acts as the gasket so there's no leak. And then you can see that I tried to save as much space as possible. I cut out to let the the LC filters stick through into the back of the mod, so that the board would use as little space as possible. So you can kind of see here the button placement, and it just barely fits. And then have a 2 mil front plate that'd be press fit in or tabbed, depending. We'll find out. I got one with tabbed, one without. Uh, and then be able to lock the board in with the 3 screws here. So I mean, I built it with just enough room to get the board in. There's half a millimeter on either side. It looks huge in the picture, but it's not. A half a millimeter on either side. And then again, because of its small size, I couldn't do like a ton of chamfering or a ton of filleting. So it's pretty much just squared off. And I went ahead and like cut the signature broken nose on the front of it. And then it fit a 25 millimeter. Yeah, it's like if you knock it off the table, it's got grips. And then of course, we got the Mod Bro tattoo, and that'd be the only branding on this one. I did have some other ideas for branding. Like at one point, we had where is it at? Right here, the Billy fucker, and then I thought about maybe doing this on some. I thought that would be kind of cool, having it embossed instead of inset. It would actually stick away from the mod. Yay! Yay! Vicky, I can go ahead and refund you. All right. What'd you say? It does not take Raffier coins. Can I sue Mod Bros for all my cuts on the embossing? No, no, you cannot. With the in beauty rings, the V2s on my Onios don't fire with beauty rings.
That's odd, Aaron. It should.
Yeah, there shouldn't be an issue.
Is the pin all the way up? I don't know.
I'll see if they make one with a longer pin, or if the longer pins are available. If that's actually an issue.
What's up, Richard?
Aaron, did you try putting dimes in your hands and vaping?
I want to vape with dimes in my hand.
Oh, what's up, Harrison and Chloe?
The kids are in the house.
No, just the tattoo like normal for branding on the wings. And then of course the big fucking Mod Bro symbol right here on the front. That could probably be considered branding. Without or with?
With. That's my issue. I need some dimes.
Yeah. When you're rocking an exposed battery reset V2, you have to vape with dimes in your hands. That's how you get good connection.
Man, your webcam is all over the place tonight.
Well, that's because you keep messing with it, Dane.
I keep fixing it.
I wonder if it's because I'm running no light and it's trying to focus.
It might be. Doesn't matter though. Alright, you guys want to see the drop tank?
I want to see the drop tank.
Yeah, then we're going to see the drop tank because Nick wants to see the drop tank. Hold on, guys.
Oh, he got us all excited and then didn't even do it.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I guess we could talk about like when we're releasing them and stuff. We don't know.
There's the answer. We have no answer. Alright, guys, so here's the drop tank. So, what we've got here is an 18650. This is a stainless steel tube with a DNA 60 board right here. This is carbon fiber right now. It's a carbon fiber insert, but we were thinking about different insert panels right here. So you could be able to get a different color. So the mod's red, this could be black, and so on. We can do different colors for it. The screen is supposed to be on the bottom, and this is where we're going to let you guys kind of help us with the design, is that the screen does not fit on the bottom. We do not have room for the screen to fit on the bottom of the mod. So, we are considering the back of the mod here, or instead of this insert, the screen being in this location. What do you guys think for it?
I wouldn't want the back of the mod because the buttons are on the front of the mod. I would just find that.
And guys, there is no room for it next to the front panel. So, we're looking for opinions here. That'd be nice, man. Can't do that, though. I mean, there's no room even below it. I could go across here, but that would be a tough turn for install. So, do we want it to go on the front rounded part of the mod or the back panel? Because it will not fit the bottom. Or cast the screen to our phones. I wish I could. Wish I wasn't working with someone else's technology, but I am. And by the way, everyone, this is a model of a Dwarf 22 done by the best model creator ever. So yeah, I kind of agree too. The back could be a little funky. It'd be unique, but it's a matter of like how would you look at it. I mean, I guess you could flip the mod in your hand, so you're holding it like, you know, this facing your face, and the screen's right here, and your hand's just hitting the up and down buttons on the back. You know, that would probably be okay. But the front panel here is open to do something with if we want to. So,
But the back would be unique.
the back would be unique. Doesn't mean it's the best, though.
I know, but I was looking at my mod and pretending I had buttons.
Like where the insert is now, okay? That's a good one. That's the two places that we were talking about this before we went on live on kind of how we'd position it. And the only other option is to put the screen centered on the bottom and then it becomes a top battery load. But if we do that, then we lose that signature Mod Bros fin. It's difficult to do that. There is a Mod Bros logo on the cage, and it is see-through, so we'll pop through. But no logo. Our logo has a lot of disconnected parts, so it's hard to make it into a logo. Screen in the front panel. Okay, so right here, instead of a carbon or a different insert, put a screen here.
What about underneath the fire or the up and down button?
So we could potentially fit it there. It'd be really tight though. There is slightly enough room there. You'll see, like, it could fit right here, but it'd be tight, and then doing the turn for the ribbon cable would be quite difficult. Okay, Sean. Because, yeah, the front panel right here was a cutout for aesthetics. It isn't functional. So, we could put the screen there. That's not a huge issue. Probably fit it pretty much in the cutout I already did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I mean, like, actually leave the cutout and then just put it where the tube is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should fit. I'm gonna have to flatten off the back end for it to fit right. So I'll probably leave the insert. Naturally, it'll attach the insert and then go in. Any other comments?
Nobody gives two shits about our mods.
Yeah, they don't. I think you guys might want to see, kind of what we go through to make them. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Sean. It kind of would be funky on the back. It's just, where else would you put it? I mean, we did strongly consider running screenless. Questions, comments, suggestions, abuse. Yeah, USB is supposed to go on the back. So USB will go right here. It's not in the CAD yet. But I might, if the screen's going on the front, USB might go on the bottom now.
How much bigger would you have to make it fit on the bottom?
It'd be quite a bit larger. You can see this is the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're talking, it'd have to go 10, 20 millimeters, 10, 50 millimeters wider. DNA
Just cut the
60.
screen in half.
Just cut it in half, just take some scissors to it. So DNA 60.
You make it like an L shape.
Yep, this is how we build them, Cody. So it wouldn't look bad with the screen on the back. Like, I'm not saying it would look bad. It would just be different. Wouldn't be as necessarily useful. You would get used to it, I'm sure. Well, can't do bottom. That's the problem. So here is the screen cutout for the bottom right now.
That's true. If the screen and the USB was on the back, it wouldn't look out of place there.
Yeah, the screen and the USB, it would be fine. It's just the fact that if you're looking at the screen, you want to adjust up and down the wattage, you would have to hold it kind of like this in your hand, facing your face, and then you would have the screen like right here, and then you could hit the buttons with your fingers behind it. You missed some characters in there.
875309.
867.
8675309.
8675309. So, any other comments? Let's see. See how the screen looks on there if you want
Fictitious is awkward.
to. He can hear you.
Oh, can he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can hear you. On mine.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you would have warned me.
Why?
Because what if I would have said something asshole?
Well, then you'd have to deal with it.
That's not right. I thought I was anonymous.
Never anonymous, man. We'll see.
Here we yawning and all that bullshit.
Wow, just took out my whole center line. A complete reject. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, so since everybody wants it on the front, we'll probably do it on the backside.
Even though I'm caddying the front right now.
The cutout on the front would basically give you extra color options and little, you said carbon fiber?
Yeah. Yeah, they would lose the carbon fiber in the customization aspect.
Now remember, the exposed part's only 25 mil.
Was it 25 by what? Same width?
Miss me. Why the fuck do I lose my tools? I just had the calipers on.
We'll see how it looks in the front, guys. Working on it.
Alright, so total exposed is 7.8. Just go 9.
7.8, so go to 9.
7.8. I meant to say 7.9.
So go to 8.
Yeah, whatever. And then 25. Yeah, 25 by 8 is fine. I never got my measuring degree.
It's not gonna let me
You
do
build
it.
them, Danny's gonna buy them. For fillets, you're only going to be able to go. It looks like they did a half mil fillet.
Yeah, I was just getting a rough one. One would be fine. We'll go half though.
It's just enough to break the edge on this one.
Hmm?
Well, you said looks like 30 cc's to me of hotness.
Where's them constraints at, Dane?
Well, considering that's the problem right now. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember where it's at.
Yeah, we 30 cc's the same as 1 milliliter, ain't it?
It's definitely gonna have to go higher. I know that. Oh, I remember why I was having a problem. because I had to take it away from being a full circle.
I got you.
So, because I haven't put the stops in yet for it. Let's remove that mate. What?
Yeah, it's the lost level Mario.
Day needs a mushroom.
Kind of do. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... I can move it. That's when I move the whole tank. It's still constrained somewhere.
Just delete it and bring it back in. Or is that built in the assembly?
There we go. Of course it moves the whole freaking part again. Well, moral of the story is, it probably will fit. Until I get the tabs in. But, alright guys, we'll flip back to our regular view. Yeah, we'll put it in the front, guys. Thanks for the input. Any other questions, comments, or anything, guys?
I think they're all over at Phoenix,
Oh, I'm sure.
watching E Money Mills make rap songs.
They gotta do what they gotta do, man. The fact that I can't get this to correctly line up how I want it to is annoying me.
Well, you don't have anything to constrain it to. You could do a center line. Construction line, maybe.
It's purely because it's not a 90-degree cut straight across the tube because the way the buttons had to be.
I got you.
Back on top of Nick and Dane. Yep.
I like how the RS looks like it's falling off on Cheers if you look at the one right was behind you.
Why are you whispering?
I'm not.
Oh, where the she says says like behind us where the Cheers looks like it's falling off.
I'm talking normal.
Now I'm trying to get this freaking screen to work. Oh my god.
Congratulations, Wee, for getting a shout out from Eric. A vape device, Chloe. Steve, I don't know when production is going to start. I ordered prototypes for the 3 that I showed. They'll be shipping the 6th of September, but I have a batch to put out, so I probably won't get to them right away. And then Dane's probably going to finish up this week, right? While you're on vacation with his.
After the Diablo Plus list is done and out the door, then I will finish up the drop tank. And then work on my next project, which I'm more excited about.
Well, that's bullshit. You should be most excited about this drop tank.
My next one's the one it's gonna be my baby.
All right.
Drop tank's great though. Just I was given constraints.
And then I don't know how we're gonna release them. It probably won't be all at once. It'll be like a list of one and then a list of another, so on and so forth. I don't know. We haven't thought that far ahead. I spent my week off trying to jam out the the mods that I wanted to do. I still have one left to finish. And then Dane had that stupid thing called work.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Where is the Diablo list? It is up there in my cabinet. It will be worked on this week. You should be in my chat if you have one.
And if you're talking about the list to sign up, it closed a couple weeks ago.
Oh, the list to sign up a couple weeks ago? Oh. Yeah, we're not running another list until next month.
He did, and he's been pissed about it.
I have, man. I'm losing my rank.
In fact, he made me sit there and watch him draw.
I didn't make you.
He's like, if I'm going to do this, you're going to do it too.
No, it was more along the lines of what's your opinion on stuff?
Like, if I don't get to do Mario, you don't get to watch Game of Thrones.
So I will say, I did have this little guy show up. I have to show it.
Oh, that's a nice bolt.
I know.
Why are you not running the steel door?
It's heavy as fuck, man. So guys, the door, this one weighs 10 grams. The Delrin red front door. The metal one they sent me, was it 62 grams?
Something like that. Something ridiculous.
Like 62 grams for the front door.
What's up, Philly?
You missed all of the cat fun. I'm gonna turn
Richard
the
is
camera
beautiful.
and show people what you do over here sometimes.
No.
They can see her now in the
I know.
TV. Everybody, if you watch the TV, you can now see Vicky the entire time. She can't hide anymore.
Can they see my fingers?
We said that's the one plug Kevin doesn't have. You should PM him.
Yeah, now they can see if I bring a whole bottle of wine in, which is why I got a glass.
Braden, I was talking to Dane and Vicky about that. I had a epiphany. When I was pissing, I thought about making a tiny drop tank with a single cell lipo in it for the 16.
Nick. He won't tell anybody what he's vaping on tonight if that'll tell you anything.
Look.
Oh, what's that Setsimata sitting on, huh?
Philly, the 16 Dwarf is actually really good. With Salt Nick, I don't know what it's like with regular juice. But for Salt Nick, it's fucking good.
Andrea, just tell us which one you want to see. We'll show you again. Because we know people were over at Philly Vapes' show.
Oh, it's not a pod, Philly.
Oh, it's a
This
pod,
is a
man.
man's device. Look at that. Super sexy.
What did I do? I don't know what I said.
Make him show what he was drinking.
Oh, made them show.
Hey, Andrea, what's up, bud?
What's up, bud? Yeah, if you guys want to see any of the designs again, or you weren't here for the show and tell, just tell us which one you saw in the group you want to see. We have them all up on our screen still. So that's all we're doing tonight. There's no waffle fun tonight, so I said it, so
I do have a man bag for it. It's a douche bag. Hot Bros for life.
Caliburn.
Speaking of the Caliburn, I know I joked about it a bit, but would anybody be interested in a FE Caliburn list? I can get them fairly reasonable from my distributor, and then I could burn them in and send them out Mod Bro style. So FE Swarm, Mod Bro symbol, Mod Bro's name, so on and so forth. No NVIDIA, but I think we have an Integra. If we want to get rid of that. Oh, you're sharing the screen.
Damn, Andrea wanted to see it. So what we were working with earlier was this issue right now was where we were going to put the screen. So it was decided on to put it in the front. And obviously I'm going to have to do some work to it still.
Andrew, I'm glad you waited to get the Zeta. Everybody who has the Zeta and has the vape shell says that the Zeta is way, way better. So you save some money by just getting the Zeta.
Zeta is better. I can confirm. I have both of them. Yeah, I'm going to have to square off this hole for me. I'm going to square off the hole for it.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave this outside, ring still here. So the cutout will remain the same shape, but where the actual screen goes is going to be square. What's up, Squat Mike?
SSM. Rave Mini giveaway. Wow.
Giveaway?
Shoot us a PM in the group chat, Philly, the one we're in.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm going to finish up design this week. Obviously, there's still some stuff to do. Screen placement, cutout, so on. Tabs for this front panel, as well as branding. There's only one current logo on it, but this is a full scale of a Dwarf 22. Mouth one.
I was just thinking you should put the rays
With the steam tuner cap.
Yeah, with the 3.5 milliliter steam tuner cap.
Oh, we're giving away rapes for free. Thank you, Philly. I'm sure all the guys appreciate that. You got to have the FE Caliburn. Oh, you're not going to be able to see shit.
Oh, you're up and in. That's one Caliburn.
The actual design that I came up with is a little bit different than that, the final design. We'll post pictures in the group.
Technically will screw down at 23, but I wouldn't, or 24, but I wouldn't do that. 22 is what it's designed for.
It's literally designed around a Dwarf 22 with with the steam tuner caps.
Yep, 100% designed to fit the Dwarf, not the lung. You want to put other things in there, cool, but that is literally what it was designed for.
Yeah, just take snips and cut the cage off if you want to put bigger on it.
Yeah. I didn't make a cage with this. It's Tank.
Shush.
Some of us
Shush.
are living that Integra life too.
Look at that sexy ass Tank.
On that sexy
The
mod.
flavor from that thing must be amazing.
Oh man, it's probably the best tortilla I've ever used.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. It just smashes the dwarf. Just kills it. What is the VGS6? I've never heard of that one.
Neither have I. Closing down the SolidWorks.
So maybe we'll go ahead. It looks like there's a few people interested in a Caliburn FE. Do a little list.
Might as well. Anything else you guys
Okay.
want to talk about?
Game of Thrones is amazing.
Game of Thrones is fucking amazing. You're about to come up to one of the best fight scenes in the whole movie, too. Or whole show.
What's going on?
So, Tyrion is in jail and just asked for trial by combat.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy has to fight the mountain. But has not fought him yet.
Okay, so he already went.
Also-
to the Knights of the Vale first. No, I know.
Yeah, well, that's the season 1. He's in season 4.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Bran isn't such a bitch anymore. So he took over Hodor and snapped a guy's neck. That was pretty cool.
Hodor, what's Hodor doing right now?
Freaking out because he just snapped a guy's neck.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, yeah. Good old Hodor. You don't know the legend behind Hodor yet.
No, I don't.
It still makes me.
I'll send you a 3D file, to 3D print when you get to the right point, and it'll make a ton. Actually, I will send you said file real quick
Okay.
while you're on here.
I have it printed and it's on my desk, and like every time I see it, it brings a little tear to my eye.
Well, don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know nothing.
I'm
Oh,
just
it won't.
saying.
It won't ruin it.
Hodor is one of my favorite characters.
But she said tear to her eye. That means Hodor
Because
dies.
he's one of my favorite characters.
Because Hodor's the man. Hodor.
I think Vicky likes him because in like season 1 or 2, it showed his dong and it was like 12 inches, like flaccid.
I don't remember seeing his penis.
Well, you should rewatch it because it's huge.
Huh.
Well, Nick, avert your eyes, but I'll show the group what I'm. This is the file I'm sending them, guys.
You're looking.
You're looking.
It's a doorstop.
Yeah.
Hodor.
The actor who plays Hodor actually has like little star tattoos around his eye in real life.
Aw, twinkle stars.
Yeah.
Hodor.
What's going on, Ken? Yeah, see, Richard even said he's got a giant pecker. Dude, he came walking out of the woods. It was right when they like rescued that wild lady or whatever. Or,
The wildling?
I don't know. Was she a wildling? I don't remember. It was the one that helped him that ended up helping him out.
The witch one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a wildling.
All right. So he like comes walking out of the woods. She's talking to Bran, and he comes walking out of the woods just buck naked. And he's got that big old schlong just swinging.
I guess
It's like,
never
dang.
watched it.
Dang.
Hodor swings a large hammer.
Oh yeah, he does. Be scary when he got some blood pumping to it.
Let's see. Oh, so did Reek go through all of his trials? Where's Reek at?
He is in a dungeon being tortured and his sister just showed up and was like going to save him, but then that got thwarted. And so now the Roscoe Pico trainer, whatever his name is telling him that he needs him help. Needs him to help to do something to take over some castle. He's got to play a role that he's not, which is
So,
him.
did you get to the scene of the GIF I sent you? Where he's sitting there holding the sausage, shaking it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
before he's Reek.
And well, that's when he becomes Reek.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's like eating the sausage.
Yeah. My wife, Tanya, thought that he was eating a dick.
That's what I thought at first too. I was like, he's eating it. Oh.
Where he brings
And
in
then
the
I was
two
like,
girls.
damn,
Where he brings in the
Reek
two
was
girls.
hung.
Yeah.
Well, he had a legendary sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken. He ate it. So a lot of the memes that I've seen over the past like 5 years or so are now making sense.
You haven't gotten
Like-
to shame yet. The girl just
It's-
saying shame.
No.
Shame. You haven't gotten to that yet. That
But, like,
one's coming up.
The meme with Ned saying "brace yourselves,"
Winter's coming.
the
Winter's
memes are coming or whatever. Like, okay, now I get it. And the you know nothing memes
Yeah.
I get now.
He
And the
never
winter's
knew
coming.
any of the you know nothings.
No, I didn't know the reference.
So what I was getting at earlier, and I don't know if we fully answered it. Your Jon Snow, has he been in charge of the Night's Watch yet?
He led like a band of miscreants that volunteered to go to that little house and kill the abandoners.
Okay, so
And that's where Hodor snapped a neck.
the Red Witch isn't with him yet.
No.
Okay. Yeah, when you were
That's
talking
season
about
5.
when you were hating watching, like if you had to watch this per season, at the end of this season, something like happens that people had to wait over a year to find out the answer to it, and
That
like
shit sucks,
there
man.
was there were people guessing, but the story was a police officer pulled over Kit Harington or Jon Snow while in the off season when they were between filming, and made him answer the one of the questions about the show to get him out of his ticket.
That's awesome.
But you've got a lot of really exciting scenes.
Yeah, I'm fully engaged and engorged when I watch it.
How much you hating on Littlefinger?
You know, for some reason I don't hate Littlefinger. I kind of connect with him. You know what I mean?
Complete dirtbag.
Yeah, but I'm like, I get it, dude. When Jeffrey died, it's
Joffrey.
like, yes,
Yep.
yes.
It was even though it was a violent death, it wasn't a worthy death. You wanted more torture.
I know, but to see that fear in his eyes, you know what I mean, and just watch the lights go out, that was satisfying. It was.
So then, who's in charge right now?
Well, the little brother is the king. He was just kinged.
Just King?
And yeah, and so now Jeffrey or whatever, the little piece of shit's wife is trying to worm her way into being the 9-year-old's wife now.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about yesterday.
That's Natalie Dormer, by the way.
She's gonna show that little boy a good time.
She is too.
Then she's gonna brag about it to her friends.
Well, you know what they say, boys grow up early.
So has anything bad happened to Sansa yet? Sansa?
Well, Littlefinger's is taking her to the aunt, and the aunt got crazy with her and started squeezing her hands, trying to get her to confess.
That aunt's fucking nuts, dude.
Still
Yeah.
breastfeeding her son.
The kid's even worse. Make him
Well,
fly,
yeah.
make him fly.
I want to see the little mean fly.
Kid's crazy.
The best scene though is when Jeffrey died and they're at the funeral or the wake, and fucking Lancelot comes in and he just starts raping his sister. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Jamie, like right there next to the
Yeah.
grave.
Yeah.
Oh, that was epic.
I think there was an interview somewhere where the actor that plays Joffrey, it was laying there, and he's like, that was a really awkward scene. Like, you know, this them two of them going at it right next to him as he's trying to lay there and be quiet and not breathe because he's supposed to be dead.
Mom.
Uncle Dad.
You should, Sean. It's only about 90 hours of your life you gotta dedicate to it.
So the characters that I like the most has got to be the dwarf. I can never think of his name.
Tyrion. He's the one that I
Tyrion.
said. That's what I told you in the beginning. You'll love
And
him.
then I like Road Dogg, and I like the swashbuckler that is Tyrion's bodyguard kind of guy.
Yeah, he's good. And you said Road Dogg. You mean the Hound?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hound's awesome.
And then the smallest daughter, she just killed a guy, and it was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, Arya.
she's like, I can't kill him because I don't know his name. So Roadhound's like, well, what's your name? And he says it, and she goes, thanks, and stabs him in the heart.
Yep.
And then Road Dogg's like, you're learning.
Arya is a badass, like a legit badass in that show.
Arya, the Hound, and Tyrion are my favorites.
Yeah.
No, my favorite's the red-headed wildling dude with
Ingrid. The dude.
with the beard. The
I
red
haven't
beard.
seen the one with the beard.
Yeah, you have. You've seen him. He's like, because when Jon Snow gets like basically grouped with him.
Yep.
Someone will know his name. He's one of my favorites. He keeps trying She keeps trying to sleep with Brienne of Tarth, the really tall girl, the blonde, really tall girl.
Well, Jamie was.
Yeah, Tormund. There it is.
Yeah.
Ken said it. Yeah, I like Tormund. Tormund is one of my favorite characters in the whole show because his whole goal is to fuck Brienne of Tarth once he sees her. He wants to climb that tree.
He's the big one here.
I'm in season 4, Ricky. But I don't like write names down so I can remember it.
Bran or Braun?
Yeah, Braun's the...
Yeah, Nick hates Braun.
Why?
Which one's Braun?
You just said Braun's Tyrion.
Oh, Braun. Oh, okay, not
Not
Bran.
Bran.
Sorry, not Bran. Braun. Braun is the swashbuckler guy that you talked about.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. He's good all around. There's no you'll like him the whole time.
And Bran's been a piece of shit. Like, every time he comes on, like, it's his turn, his little gang of miscreants. It's like, boring. Destiny, Red Tree, who gives a shit? And then he finally took over Hodor and snapped a guy's neck, and I'm like, okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah, you're starting to learn about his powers. Oh, Sean, 100% love that story. Like, it's amazing. Like,
What's
Sean,
up, Diego?
Nick hasn't gotten there yet. That's in what? That's in season 8.
That's one.
That's
of
in the last
episodes.
season. I stayed there until she figured out I wasn't her kid anymore.
And the redheaded witch, she likes to get naked a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, wait till she gets naked, takes her necklace off.
Well, she had her necklace off in the tub and she didn't change. Is that just an edit error?
Did she have it off in the tub? I don't think she did.
I think she still had it on.
She still had it on in the tub.
Because she'll take it off, and every time she takes it off,
You're like, damn!
her
wife
titties go
came
from
in-
high and tight to
Down to her knees.
low in a physics experiment.
They don't show it, do they?
I think they do.
They kind of do.
Ugh. But she was in the tub, and the wife of the king walked in,
Oh, she
and
still
she
had
got out of the
necklace on.
tub, and she definitely did not have the necklace on. Because I was looking. Because my wife goes, "Why are her nipples so high?"
Yeah, she's got
And
she's got those little itty bitty teeny ones too. Like
yeah,
it's like
and they're
just
like,
the actual nipple. Like,
yeah, and they're sitting on her throat.
yeah. What's Khaleesi doing?
She's getting ready to free some slaves at another place.
Listen,
Like that's all she does is free slaves. It's get kind of boring. It was way better when she was just like breathing fire on assholes. Now it's
You mean
she
whenever
did
she
have
was
some people
naked?
crucified. That was cool.
She stopped dead naked for a while.
Yeah, she did.
It's kind of sad. She goes back
Well,
to
and hey, do you know that bodyguard of hers, her advisor?
the older
You know
dude.
that's the voiceover guy from 300.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't put it together when I first heard him. Like, man, that voice sounds fucking familiar. And the more I watched it, I'm like, oh, he's the one that tells the story in 300.
Yeah, he's the narrator.
Yeah, though I'm really liking the show. It's pretty good.
It's sad because you know how it ends.
No, he
I
doesn't.
don't.
He doesn't
It is.
actually, because he didn't pay any attention when we were chatting about it like previously, and we ran the whole competition.
Huh.
Although I'm surprised you don't remember the names of the people I was debating between when we did that show.
Dude, I just tune all that shit out.
Come on live just to not pay attention.
Well, it's not my fault you started talking about the stupid Game of Thrones when I wasn't into it.
Yeah, before when you mean when I kept telling you, dude, watch this show, and you're like, I don't have HBO. How the hell am I gonna buy gas money if I have to buy HBO every month and all this other shit? And you're like, I can't afford it.
Well, dude, I had to buy a 30T and get HBO. I wasn't going to be able to get gas to go to work. You know? Fuck.
They even showed her old Harry Bush.
Huh?
Richard says they even showed her old Harry Bush.
I don't see. Oh, there it is.
When she gets old, or oh, I
No,
don't.
I didn't see his post.
And Jon Snow's real life wife, the one that you said,
Ingrid?
yeah, when she got naked, it was almost like, ew. You know what I mean?
Really?
She had that white, pasty skin.
She's a ginger. What do you expect?
Total
And-
ginger that lives
And she
north.
was too thin. Like, way too thin. No, I didn't think so. I didn't get on with it. And then it was probably the fact that they were so fucking grody. Like
Yeah,
like I had told
so
you,
his
climbing
biggest
the wall
issue
and
with
fighting.
his biggest issue with her, or of them, is the fact that they just hiked through the woods, fought a big battle, and all the stuff. And it's the same complaint we had when they go into to take their baths in the hot spring. Then he goes down on her
Yep.
before they even go into the
Yeah.
hot spring, and you just know that was like straight up diving into a 4-day-old can of tuna.
Dude, it would have been milky. You know
Oh.
what I mean? It would have had that white cream all over it.
Ugh.
Ugh.
The cheese.
Yeah. Well, it would have been like uncooked bread.
Yeasty.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
But she's still hot. I think for me it's the accent with her. It's that dirty Irish accent.
Doesn't do it for me, man.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
But yet you can't understand that one show that we watched?
That show is fucking nuts.
That show is funny.
Whatever Nick told us, dude, we're gonna go over this again. You told me to watch that show that I needed to watch some subtitles.
Yeah.
What's it? Bloody something or what
No,
the
it's
Dixie
Dairy-
Girls or
Ditsy Girls?
Dairy Girl.
Some-
Dairy something.
Dairy Girls.
Dairy Girls. Holy shit. I'm sitting there watching it, completely don't understand a single word. Not a single word of that show.
Yeah, I didn't
Victoria's
understand
sitting
it
there
either.
like nodding her head, going, "You don't understand what they're saying?" I'm like, "I don't understand it with subtitles on." And she's sitting there, completely understands every single thing they're talking about, gets every reference. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're not speaking English.
Not at all.
I turn subtitles on and I still don't get it. Like, what's the
I
fucking
think I
show
watched-
about?
I think I watched the entire season and I have no idea what happened.
Oh. That show's something else.
Did you watch Euphoria? Finish it yet?
No.
Haven't finished it yet.
That's a good show.
You want to talk about that show again while we're on live?
No?
Do you want me to delete this said video if I need to?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Anybody in the chat watch Euphoria? We'll have to have story time next week. Or 2 weeks from now.
Did you watch Working Moms yet? Well, you got me on mute.
Oh my gosh.
No longer muted.
Elijah, I've tried to watch Peaky Blinders probably 10 times now. And I make it through 1 or 2 episodes and then my eyes roll back into my head.
Does he know she's a real person?
Yeah.
Working Girls is good. I like it. Like, if you like middle-aged boobs, watch Working Girls.
Man, I need some moonshine. I still don't think I'd understand a word they're saying. Drunk as shit.
No, it's too fast and too slurry and too
I think
guttural.
it's hilarious.
I bet it's hilarious, but she'll be laughing her ass off. I won't even understand what happened. Like I don't even understand who's who.
I tell him to pause it and I'll translate for him, but
That just loses some of its luster, though.
yeah, because it's so funny and you gotta like hear the jokes and know what they're saying to get it all. But
Well, guys, we got anything else to talk about? Give us some topics, or Nick's gonna go back to watching Game of Thrones. I have a feeling these are behind.
they're at least 15 seconds behind.
Yeah,
Do what?
I think because some of the comments coming in are about Euphoria.
Euphoria is good.
It is a good show. A lot of shows on HBO are really good.
One of the characters in Euphoria has a special talent.
A special talent?
Yes.
Special talent.
Yes.
What talent am I missing here?
The tuck and roll.
I was like, you know what talent?
The tuck and roll.
She can pretend like she's another person.
Tuck and roll. Alright, guys, well.
We'll let you get back to the Phoenix Vapor show.
Yeah, if no one has anything else to talk about, we're going to hop off here for tonight. We have a bunch of designs coming, a bunch of exciting stuff. I'm sure it'll be a lot more exciting next show when we probably actually have some of the prototypes in hand.
Hey, I got a PM from somebody saying that they think the button's in a weird spot.
On which one?
And which one?
On the drop tank.
It is in a weird spot. But I don't know where else to put it.
I think it's in a perfect spot, Dane.
I think it'll be more comfortable than you expect.
Let's see here. We could live stream Phoenix Vapor.
Live stream a live stream.
Yeah.
Do commentary over it, like what's that old school show? Space Theater or whatever.
Oh no, it's over. He did a politidic click. Politidic lick.
Richard, it's somewhat about more like drugged up high school kids. I'd say would be the best description of it.
There is one chick with dick, if that's your thing, Richard.
She is swinging Dawn.
It's close to a minute lag.
She's got twig and berries. Yeah, Steve, we'll do one. I don't know when. Maybe I'd throw it up tomorrow or something. Just a quickie. Quickie list.
Alright, guys. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been really fun. We will be back in 2 weeks. Maybe
2
next
weeks.
week.
Well, if we do 2 weeks, I should have one of the prototypes ready.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I won't be able to do it next weekend because I'll be modding.
Yeah, I'm going to be making mods too. It's pretty much
So
going
it's
to
just 2 weeks. Let's just call 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're going to have to do 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 weeks, guys, but we'll be back. We'll have a lot more to show. And of course, as always, feel free to reach out to us with any questions, concerns, problems.
Yes, reach out to our moderators with any questions, problems, or concerns.
Make sure you first and always directly reach out to Fictitious Character
Yes.
first with all questions, especially if you're requesting dick pics.